Welcome to the Josh Huisman Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Josh Huisman here, and we got a little bit of a party going on. We've been having some fun, and I got half the church staff crew here with me today.
It's the bros.
It's the bros of the church staff who are here. I got Sutton Porth, our worship director. I'm just going to give you just the overall titles, okay? Sutton worship director, Gavin Booser here, our high school and young adults, and then Austin, Duncan. Why am I stuttering with your name? You've been here longer than these guys, and I'm looking at you. I don't remember who you are. Anyway, Austin Duncan, who does our associate pastor and a lot of the fun technical stuff. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Good.
I pulled you in here because I wanted to talk about Christmas stuff, and we've been planning a whole bunch of Christmas things, and it's that most wonderful time of the year. And so let's just go ahead and go all in. What's your favorite holiday? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Only one of those is a real holiday.
Really?
And it happens to be Christmas.
What? Because
Thanksgiving is a meal, you see. Like Christmas, there's a whole lot more that goes into it. And I mean, what does Thanksgiving have to do with Jesus? So it's kind of an easy choice.
Abraham Lincoln instituted Thanksgiving.
Is that true?
I don't know. But
I don't know if that's true.
I felt like it felt really good to me in that moment right there. But so we know where you stand.
Yes.
All right. What about you? What do you say, you guys? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
For sure. It's like a whole month dedicated to one thing that's universally accepted. I love it. I love Christmas. Favorite time of the year.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Christmas.
I'm the only Thanksgiving person at this table, literally.
Yeah. Why is yours Thanksgiving?
So my reasoning is because, first off, I love Jesus. So let's just clear the air there with the Christmas thing. Okay, but Thanksgiving is like you don't have to show up. Nobody expects presents from you. You don't have to do like all these different play the game. Thanksgiving, you show up and you're just thankful. And you're like, hey, let's have some food, man. And be happy with what we have. And
but why do we have to have a holiday for that? Why can't we just watch football and have a big meal with our family?
You're right. That's why I try to live every day of my life as Thanksgiving.
Amen.
Yes. So that's
maybe you see where I'm going with this. I eat a lot and I watch football.
Yeah, you're bringing me over to your side.
Right.
Although this Thanksgiving was crazy. There was football every single day.
It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a fun thing. Speaking of, you're from Ohio, Gavin?
Yes, sir.
But you cheered for Michigan.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
My dad was a Michigan fan, and he passed that down, and I've kept that ever since. Even when I was in in Ohio, where everybody hated me, and big Ohio State fans there, and I'm so happy to not be there anymore.
Yeah, you posted that about I think when Michigan won. And I was like, oh my goodness, I think I'm.
I thought he was on the other side when he was saying he was nervous for the game.
Yeah.
No.
He's got some
Big
weird
Michigan
sports
fan.
takes. Because who's your NFL team for the audience?
I'm an Eagles fan. My dad's from Pennsylvania, so that's where I get that from. And of course, we just beat the Chiefs, who Sutton roots for, but they beat us in the Super Bowl last year. I was at his house for that. So that was a bad decision.
He was very gracious.
Yeah, I waited until I got outside of his apartment to yell. But
Well, that's good. Yeah, so I got the Eagles and the Chiefs going against each other here on this side. But let's talk, since we're talking about teamwork here, Austin, we did not call and coordinate the wardrobe with each other, but he and I we're vests, and you guys are the cream-colored shirts. Okay, so we are teams. And we're going to do a Bible trivia game right here. No, we can't. That would be kind of funny.
I would take Gavin in this. He's good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Gavin's the smartest one of all of us on this stuff. So my chair is all wonked up. Maybe we should do this. Woo! For those watching on YouTube, my chair is going up and down. Yeah, Austin's down. So all right. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Now that we know where everyone stands on the holiday schedule and the different things. And so we've been doing Christmas planning and a lot of stuff. We've been talking about worship evenings and songs and things of that nature. And so we've been going through all these lists of songs. Austin, you will have preached yesterday because this is going to be airing on Monday. And why don't you give us a little, what did you preach about yesterday? Just in a nutshell.
Yeah, about instead of taking like the first week of Advent, really just digging deeper into it, but preaching on just the waiting that Israel was doing for the 700 years that they were waiting for Jesus to appear and to be here for Christmas, and then just relating that to seasons in which we were waiting in our lives as well. So
Yeah, it was really good.
thank you.
So
That gives me a few good closing song ideas that I'm sure you will have enjoyed last night. Or yesterday morning.
Yeah, we're recording this on Wednesday before the Sunday that you're about to preach, but I promise you it was a good message. One of the best I've heard you do. So no
Thanks.
pressure on you. But anyway,
Yep.
yeah, you're using Isaiah, right? I think that's the scripture. You know what chapter?
9.
Chapter 9.
Yep, Isaiah
Okay.
9.
Yeah, I was going through some of the Christmas things, and I was on someone else's podcast yesterday, and we were talking about Christmas and scriptures and things. And so, Gavin, this is your second Christmas on staff here, so you might not be feeling this as much, but you've been in the church, working in the church world for how many years, Sutton?
I think 7 years.
7 years.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and you were working in the church world a little bit even before you got here.
I was, yeah.
I'm 17 years in, and the reason why I say this is because sometimes you get to Christmas and you get to Easter, and you start to think like, do we need to like come up with something completely new and reinvent the story? You feel that pressure, right? But I would say I have over time become much more of a traditionalist when it comes to approaching the Christmas story. Okay, like it's the greatest story ever told. So how come we want to do something new and flashy and special when Christmas comes? Don't you want, like, you look forward to the same things every year, right? Think about it like that. So I don't know. I'm just going to throw that out on the table. What do you guys think? Do you feel a pressure to do something new and big, or do you like returning like it's a warm blanket?
Well, I guess I can speak being the newest to ministry here. For me, when it comes to Christmas, it feels like I do have to do something big and grand, and not for the sake of my students that are here in youth ministry, but for the sake of this is the time of year where we universally get together to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And if I can do something big and bring in new students to show them, hey, this is why we celebrate, I feel like that's where my pressure comes from. Not that you have to do that in youth ministry, but there's that feeling behind it of, well, we want to get all the new students here. We want to get the kids that don't know what this is about and that just celebrate it because everybody else does. We want to bring them in. And there's that pressure of, well, I need to do something really big and grand and try to get them here out of all the places they can be this year, get them here to know why we celebrate. Whether or not that's needed, that's another debate, but I think that's the driving force behind it for youth ministry, at least. So.
How about you, song leader? What do you think?
Well, we were kind of talking about this earlier. We were planning a few of the things that we've done in the past, and we were like, how much do we need to reinvent the wheel here? And I kind of the same way, like, why do we listen to the same Christmas songs every year? And, like, why is the style of new Christmas songs that come out kind of lots of stringed instruments and horns and sleigh bells and everything? It's all done in the styles of, like, the 40s, 50s, and 60s when all these songs were coming out for the first time, whether, I can't even remember, like, if it's Bing Crosby or whoever it is, they kind of like, they were just doing the style of their time. When they came out, it was not Christmas music style like it is today. It was just music, just with Christmas lyrics. So now it's kind of interesting how we look back and we see this as the Christmas style, but something about this season makes us go back to an older time. And yeah, it's just super interesting to me because I was like if I'm ever trying to orchestrate or instrument a Christmas song, you're really bringing in all these styles from like 40s, 50s, and 60s music that we don't see as much in modern music.
You said something pretty interesting. I never thought about this. If we took the every week worship songs that we did and added sleigh bells to them, what was that?
Something.
I was trying to like sing, "Holy is the Lord God Almighty."
It's not unlike a tambourine.
Yeah,
Just a little more Christmassy.
That would be a crazy sounding tambourine for sure. So I don't know. I guess it's just from a preaching perspective, you do feel that where you think, oh, what's a new spin I could bring to this story? And I think whenever you're preaching, that's probably not a good way to approach any message. What's a new spin that I could bring to this familiar story? You're already in like trouble zone, I think, in that point, you know? So anyway, yeah, you didn't do that yesterday, Austin, thankfully.
I didn't, no.
So that's good. All right, so yeah, we were talking about, we got a lot of stuff going on at New Hope this Christmas time, and you know, Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday this year. We normally do a 5 p.m. Christmas Eve candlelight service, which I look forward to every single year. The way it just worked out this year, you know, we're getting together on Sunday morning, and so we're going to use that time. And we've had some people go, but we want to light candles at night. It's like, but we're inside. And we're closing the windows. But we are going to make sure, because we're doing a worship Christmas evening. Did I say that right? Christmas worship night? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're calling it?
Either way works.
Either way. On December 20th, which is going to be a night of some special Christmas music and the sing-along. We'll have some nice performances by Create Studios that some artists are going to be doing some different things. And I don't know, man. Are we going to be able to get the violin out of you this year or what?
Yeah.
You're going to play?
Yeah.
It's like we get him like once a year to play violin.
I think he would do it more if we twisted his arm.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy playing violin?
talking to Austin
I love
here.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe there's no arm twisting involved. We just need to not forget about it
Yeah.
when it's not Christmas time.
Just ask and I'll play it. I don't know.
Let me ask you a violin question, okay?
Okay.
All right, this is going to come out of left field, all right? So our listening audience at home wants to know this. When you started learning how to play violin, before you were married, okay? You're married, Cassie. You guys are happily married for 20 years or whatever it is. Did you use the violin to attract women to you?
They're not snakes.
Like Piper with the violin.
It's okay.
I could just see.
Was it snakes or rats? Or
They're rats.
Rats.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So you don't have to answer that question, but that just popped in my head because, you know.
I can answer it now.
No.
No.
All right.
I don't know that it would have worked had I tried, but
I don't know. I think that would have been my lead-in comment to anyone I asked out. I would have said, "Hey, you know, I play violin." So
I think all the people I knew back then played violin.
really, wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, just orchestra stuff. I knew other people, but the people I knew the best, yeah.
That's correct. I have more fingers on one hand than the amount of violin players I've met in my lifetime.
Oh, wow.
That includes you.
Nice.
So that's why I asked such a
Yeah.
not smart question.
I probably have two hands, and I've directed orchestras in the past.
Oh, wow.
I don't know many violinists.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you're in rarefied air, my friend. That's why I asked that question. I gotta think I would show up at the door with the violin, going, "I gave my heart to." Okay. All right. Let's move on.
That hadn't happened.
Yeah. So anyway, December 20th is going to be fun with the Christmas evening, and you know, we're inviting friends and family to come out. There's going to be, you know, food you can eat beforehand, then a Christmas concert, and then afterwards. So lots of good things happening. Let's talk about this Christmas question. All right, this is important. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Maybe we could say favorite Christmas movie, or should we do like top 3 in an order?
I can do top 3.
Okay, so these movies we're about to say are not recommendations by us. New Hope Community Church does not endorse nor stand behind any of these movies. This is just for fun. Go ahead. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. All right, number 3, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's better than Home Alone 1.
No.
What? Wait, okay.
agree.
Should we let everyone do their list before we go
You
ahead
can
and
heckle
pile
me
on?
while I'm going, but Home Alone 1 is number 4. So I'm not like putting it way down the list. I just like the Lost in New York better.
Okay, so is it just that you like the traps that he sets better, or what about it? Do you like it better?
I don't know, just like the running through the park, the fireworks at the end, the bird lady. I like the bird lady better than the shovel dude in the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 2 is the live action The Grinch with, I think it's Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah.
all the awesome one-liners that, everything. And number 1 is Christmas Vacation. Like, it cannot be beat.
Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
When you were saying the Grinch, I was like, don't care.
Exactly. Yes. You see what I'm talking about? Like, so many good one-liners. That shit I'm not going. That shit I'm not going.
Brilliant.
I can't cancel that again.
That almost sounded like Sean Connery.
Oh.
Good job. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sure. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. We'll go
Okay.
around the circle.
All right.
My number 3 was actually Home Alone 1.
Okay.
I didn't like the ones after that. How many did they make?
Too many.
One.
They should have stopped after 2.
They just
Yes.
made one after it. The others don't exist.
Cut it off after. Yeah.
There's only 2 that are officially recognized by Christmas tradition.
Yeah. Number 2 is A Christmas Story with Ralphie. Don't Shoot Your Eye Out.
Mm-hmm.
Love that movie. My dad watched it every year, like every day when all the Christmas shows come on TV, and we'd like find that one and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1, obviously, is Elf. I love Elf.
Elf.
That's a great movie.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna have to put Elf at 4 on mine and put Home Alone 1 lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when Elf came out?
What year did Elf come out?
I think he's 20 years old.
What year did Elf come out?
We're checking on Google right now.
Never mind.
I think it's 20 years old. So you don't have to answer
If
that
it's
question.
20 years old, I would have been 4 years old.
Oh man. Okay, because when you said Elf, I was like, you're showing your age right there because I'm that.
Do you not like Elf?
No, I think it's good. It's a good movie.
But it's not gonna be on your list, apparently.
No, it's not going to be on my list. It's good. Do you hear that? Okay.
It's messing up for me.
It's going all right.
I like what I can't remember the order.
Austin's on the clock.
No, number 3. See, I'm between different ones in my mind. Number 3 is probably Home Alone 2 for me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it just is better than Home Alone 1. But
Thank you.
We might have to really unpack this because there's people listening right now who are driving off the road. And I'm having to sit through this. So I understand what you're feeling, people. So go ahead. Home Alone 2 is number 3.
maybe number 2 would. This is just like for nostalgia's sake, since we were talking about nostalgia earlier too. I really like the old like stop motion Rudolph.
Oh,
That was a good one.
I like that one. And then
that's good.
and see, this is where I'm tied because I don't know. I can't have a runner up already.
So as you're thinking about your next one,
Yeah.
just hold that right there because let's
Okay.
talk about Rudolph for a little bit. That's the meanest Santa Claus on the planet. The Santa Claus in Rudolph from 1960 something, I think, is when that movie came out on TV, was brutal. Like when I think who is Rudolph's dad? Is it Donner?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that show anyway, right? So Rudolph, they find out Rudolph is playing and his nose, the black thing they put over his nose to cover it up, pops off. Okay. And Santa shows up and he goes, "Whoa!" And he goes, "Donner, you should be ashamed of yourself that that's your son." It's like,
Fantastic.
whoa. Right? Okay, here's the other one. All right, sorry. You guys can pop in.
Probably
whenever-
pretty representative of dads in the 60s.
it might be, okay? But here's the other good part. Rudolph, after he runs away because he's embarrassed everybody and Santa called him out and whatever, Rudolph comes back. And Rudolph comes back and he goes, "Where's my dad? And where's the girl he liked, who said, 'I'm cute,
Yeah.
I'm cute.'" Okay?
Yeah.
And they're gone. And Santa comes in and goes, "They're gone, Rudolph. They've been gone for months." And he just stares at him.
Cool.
He's like,
Thanks.
"Not that I care." And it's like, anyway, Santa makes up for it at the end, ladies and gentlemen, and children listening at home. Santa makes up for it at the end, and he's nice. But anyway,
I've never seen that movie.
what?
It's one of those movies, right, that it'd be on the TV in the background, but I've never fully watched that movie all the way through.
Oh man. Well, we'll pray for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Much appreciated.
I have the DVD, but we don't have to pry it away from Alyssa because, yeah. Do you have a DVD player?
Yes.
Okay.
You do? I have no way to play a DVD right now.
My Xbox.
I
okay.
go for the Series X.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty nice.
All right, so I digress. You still have number one to name for your movie.
Christmas Vacation.
So that was your number
Has
one.
to be.
Yeah.
Christmas
It's
Vacation.
the obvious choice.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. What about it makes it your favorite? And you can't say lines from that movie. You can. There's certain ones you can say for sure.
No, it's just the one-liners in it. It's just so relatable. One of my favorite lines in it is when Clark finally gets all the lights up, because it's so relatable for like me doing set design and everything up on the stage, where it's like all this toil and work over days and weeks to make it happen, and then his father-in-law says, "The little lights aren't twinkling, Clark." And he says, "Thanks for noticing." That's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah. That one's good. I like when Eddie goes, "Would you surprise Clark? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am
Fill
right
your
now."
eggnog for you, drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead.
Exactly. Yes. So, okay, here's what I'll do, because you guys named similar movies. Okay, first off, I'll just say this. Okay, Home Alone, the first one, is in my top 3. Home Alone 2 is not in my top 3. But it is a must watch.
Yeah.
So
I'm not mad at you about that.
to give you an idea, I just ordered the DVD because I get tired of jumping between all the streaming services trying to watch these Christmas movies. I was like, I just want to be able to put them on when we have them. So I got Home Alone 1 and 2 that should be sitting on my doorstep right now. And so we got that. All right. So
Maybe
Home
we
Alone
need to have
was-
like a movie night and review them and actually put it to rest forever.
Yeah.
Which is better.
Okay. That's a good idea. I don't know if we'll have time, but anyway. All right. Christmas Story is number 2 for me. And you're from Ohio. I'm from Chicago. Actually, my family, theoretically, where that movie is supposed to be set from is in Northwest Indiana, which is where most of my family lives right now. So, like, when I watch that movie, it kind of, like, reminds me of that home. But you're from Ohio, and they actually filmed it in Ohio. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
So I can see us Midwesterners, whatever. I don't know. You're from Missouri.
I'm in Missouri. Madison's from Missouri.
Oh, okay. So you're not considered part of that. This is what we're talking about.
Well,
culture.
I'm definitely Midwest, but there's a difference between like southern mountain Missouri and northern Missouri and like Kansas City area.
But Kansas City didn't even become a recognized city till like 2001. No, I'm just making stuff up.
That is baseless.
I know.
Whenever Mahomes went there,
Whenever Mahomes
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah, you had him with Texas Tech for a while. So
I did.
You were on the hype.
oh yeah,
You knew.
Yep, I liked him
There you
before
go.
you did.
You probably did.
And yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So then my number 1 I'm going to go ahead and agree with Christmas Vacation that's probably my number 1. Okay. So we've talked enough about that, but let me just tell you one that I watched the other day that gets no love, and it's not really even that good, but it's good. Christmas with the Cranks. With Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd's in it.
I need to watch that one.
It's
I just
so-
watched Fred Claus for the first
That's a
time. It was
good
awesome.
movie.
Oh, that's
I
what
loved it.
Vince Vaughn is his brother.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that last year, so maybe this needs to be another year where I pick that up. All right, what's an honorable mention? One that's not in your top, but like what I just said with Christmas and the Cranks. Which one?
Fred Claus for me.
Fred Claus.
Growing up, I loved the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Those are good.
Loved that movie.
They made like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
did.
fourth one or a series coming out. Like
Oh, really?
from that. Like
Yeah.
a spin-off. I think it has Tim Allen in it.
Oh, okay. I'll
So-
check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
All right, Santa Claus.
Yeah, man, this might be new. Like, it's not new. It's new for me. We watched it just like part of it this year with my dad, and I finished watching it on my own. White Christmas.
Oh,
Super old.
I think
I like
Tyler.
I've seen the
would-
musical a few times. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin Theater this year has been playing Christmas movies that you can buy tickets to, and White Christmas was. I was like, how cool would it be to go to Franklin Theater and watch it, the old school theater, and they're playing it at 10 in the morning.
Never mind.
I'm like, I can't, 10 in the morning.
That's using up half your daylight.
I know, right? I can't, exactly. These
Yeah.
you come out of theater and like, it's dark already. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that's a good one. Man, we watch that one every year. Do you ever go, snow, snow, snow? That's one of our favorite songs in that. So maybe we should do that and watch White Christmas. And you can learn some songs from it. So
Wait, I have to go to the movies at 10 a.m.?
no, no
Staff
you
meeting.
You don't. We'll have,
Staff meeting.
yeah, that'd be good. Staff meeting in there. All right, so let's move on. Let me just say this though, for anyone listening, not while you're driving, but if you want to put your favorite movies, your top 3 in the comments section or whatever, maybe you're in your car right now. What are your top 3? And maybe we hit some of those, and I'm sure we missed a couple of them. So. What about Christmas songs? This is going to be a little tougher because there are a gazillion Christmas songs. All right, and let's think about this one for a minute. All right.
All right, so I'll do one in the like worship sector, and then one in just like the secular fun Christmas.
Okay.
How about we do that?
Okay.
To narrow it down, so you got two choices. That way, nobody accuses you of not being a Christian. Because I know he's about to say, "All I want for Christmas is you." Right? No. So my favorite like Christmas worship song is "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." The third verse of it, "The mild He lays His glory by, born that man no more might die." It's like so good. So I just love singing that at church. As for secular Christmas songs, that Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas Eve Sarajevo.
Oh man.
I know there's no words to it, but it's just so good.
Yeah.
Wow. What is this?
It's
The Carol of the Bells.
Okay.
Like with the the electric guitars and stuff.
Wow. Okay. I've never heard that before.
Oh, you have.
yeah.
You have.
Oh, you have.
Is it like a dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's that version that you're talking
with the
about.
rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you've watched The Office, Dwight plays it.
Exactly. This is Christmas. Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's good. Who wants to go next?
My favorite worship Christmas song was "Go Tell It on the Mountain." Love that song. And secular-wise, this is gonna sound biased, but did you guys know that the Eagles offensive lineman last year
I did.
dropped a Christmas album?
Yes. Yeah. It's good too. It's not bad.
No, it's good.
It's
We
actually
just
good.
had
It's good.
the
We're bringing
Eagles
the-
Christmas album.
That is your favorite music.
Yeah.
Period.
Go listen to "Santa Claus is Coming to Town" from that album. It is a great song. It really is.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good song.
So the Philadelphia Eagles, Santa Claus is
Have you listened to any of it?
He's really drank the Kool-Aid on the Eagles.
Okay.
Have you?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
They lost the Super
Great
Bowl.
song.
All right.
It is a great song.
All right. So what was I can't even remember the first one now. What was the first? The worship
Go
one.
Tell It on the
Go
Mountain.
Tell It on the Mountain. Okay. So that's good. All right, Austin. What say you?
Oh, Holy Night is my.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It's really good.
See now. Now I
Sorry.
got to come up with a different one. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
We share a vest. We can share. Not. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. We'll share eggnog.
Yeah. Then secular favorite one. I don't know. I was on the Trans-Siberian Orchestra train, and now I feel like I gotta change it.
I mean, there's one that's right there. I mean, you've already kind of said it, but then you would steal my second one.
Oh no.
Maybe you go, Josh, and he can.
Let me
I'll
think
go?
about the secular one.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for my worship one. I'm gonna go. Oh man, it's almost like a tie between. So you said "Oh Holy Night," so
Yeah.
that is mine.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say a different one because you said that one already. So I'm gonna go with "What Child Is This?" Okay, just to come out of left field with that
Wow.
one, especially Phil Wickham's version that we did here at the church a couple years ago that I got to sing, and I was like, oh, I love that song. So that one's really cool. Then my secular one, non-worship one, would be "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas."
That's Bing Crosby, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
have,
it's good.
have you seen the movie White Christmas?
Oh yeah,
Okay. It's
That's
at
good.
the end, man.
yeah.
It's when it becomes a white Christmas.
That's good stuff.
So there you go. See, that could have been yours because you named that movie.
I did. I should have
And-
said
and
that.
you should have said that. Okay, so now
I
you got to
didn't
come up
say
with a
that.
different one.
It's whatever.
Sleigh Ride.
That. I like
Yep.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good one.
Thanks.
So, all right. So speaking of Christmas songs, let's just go ahead. Sutton, you put out a Christmas song not too long ago.
Yes. Have you ever
It's,
wondered?
it's not a worship Christmas song.
It is not.
No.
But have you ever wondered what Santas do in summer?
All the time.
All the
I
time.
lose sleep
Yeah.
over it.
So yeah, I thought. Have you guys have any thoughts? Like, did I miss anything in the song? If you haven't listened to it, it's on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to music. It's called "Santa's in Summer" by Sutton Porth. It's a funny Christmas song. Don't play it in church.
It's the album cover. Santa has a 6-pack abs.
Well, yeah, he's in summer. He doesn't have to be in uniform yet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So Austin helped with the album art.
Thanks.
It was awesome. Josh did some background vocals in it. If you hear all that awesome background vocal stuff, and he helped me kind of arrange like some of the there's like almost a rap after the bridge, like going through all these things that we wrote down that Santa did in summer. He helped me like kind of figure out how to put that into the song. So thank you both for the help with that.
Oh,
I've been
was-
super happy with how it all turned out.
It was an honor.
Yeah.
Believe me. Yeah. So yeah, it's been going pretty well. A lot of people listening to it.
Eh?
Yeah.
It's doing well for me.
Yeah, the best line at the end. Now you don't have to wonder what Santa's doing summer. Yeah. So it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, go check it out. You know, as we were sitting here talking about it, I realized my favorite secular Christmas song is not White Christmas. You know what it is? Mm-mm. It's the Super Bowl Shuffle by the '85 Chicago Bears.
Hey, it works.
It works. It's not the Eagles, but it's, Anyway, since you mentioned the Eagles singing a song, I had to go ahead and say, even though Super Bowl Shuffle I don't think is a Christmas song. Could be, though. It was the only gift we ever had from a Bears football team.
Do we need to talk about this?
Yeah, well, no.
You have somebody to talk to about the Bears?
I will say this. Like, for those who are watching at home, you see that you got an Eagles fan and a Chiefs fan. I mean, they just live a real difficult life, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
With their perfect records nearly every year. And then you got my team who I've all but disowned. But I'm not bitter at all. I'm thankful this year.
You've lived in Nashville like 20 years now. Mm-hmm. You could be a Titans fan, but I guess that's not much better.
I cheer for the Titans. Yeah. Now, my boys won't.
I cheer for the Titans.
Yeah.
I want them to succeed.
I totally do want them to succeed. As a matter of fact, I went this past Sunday after Austin's great message and went to that game, and because the Nolensville High School band played the halftime show, so that was That was pretty cool. All right, going into now Christmas, Gavin, I'm going to put you on the spot. What things, as you look ahead, you got a couple of lessons you're going to be teaching in the high school ministry and different. What are you focusing on in your teaching when it comes to the Christmas season?
Yeah, so this year we have a Christmas party on the 13th where it's just going to be games and having fun. And that's actually our last youth group lesson for the month. So we only have 2 lessons left until we're pretty much done with lessons for Christmas. So this week, David Taylor, one of the elders at our church, is doing the lesson for me. And he's reading through Luke chapter 2, 1-20, the birth of Jesus story. And he said his goal is to do the historical background. So why this matters, maybe go through some of the prophecies, what's happening in Rome at the time, why the contrast between, the king or the emperor at the time and Jesus being born lowly and like all that stuff, just going through that history. And then the week after that, I'm following up and I'm going to be in the same scripture, but I'm talking about the importance to us, why this has mattered for the Jews, what that really meant to them to have their Savior, and then eventually to the Gentiles, to the rest of the world, that we had a Savior that came, and he came in such a special way that it really shows the heart of his kingdom, that he came in the way that he did, that he was born lowly and in a stable, that all of those things kind of show us God's heart and who God was here to reach. And so that's what we're going through, just those 2 weeks in that same, Luke chapter 2, verses 1-20. And there's so much that you can get out of it that I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good for the students. And yeah, we're excited for that.
Yeah, that's cool. It has been fun this week, decorating and getting all the church stuff ready. And
that's one word for it.
Yeah, fun. Well, you go above and beyond with the stage stuff that you do here at the church. And so there are some people who like to put up trees, and then there's you who puts up.
I like Christmas, as we talked about. So this year we did this, I call it the Snowy Wonderland stage design. So about 6 months ago, I ordered 300 half foam balls. So think it's like a 3-inch styrofoam ball just cut in half. I needed them for a different stage design. The company accidentally sent me 300 full foam balls. So they quickly sent me what I ordered, but then they were like, yeah, we don't need the other ones back. It's probably not worth shipping them to us. So then I had all this extra styrofoam backstage. So I was tossing it up to myself, catching it one day, failing to juggle. I was like, this resembles a snowball. So I was like, what if I hung all of these up from the drop ceiling using some fishing line and paper clips and made it look like a little snowy wonderland in there? So with the help of a few people, David Young let us use the scaffolding. We recruited the Tuesday prayer group and a few unassuming walker-bys who got roped into tying a lot of knots and fishing line.
How many are up there?
I would say there's about 250.
250.
Yeah.
That y'all hung, looking like snowballs, just that are free falling all around the stage. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of mesmerizing to look at.
Yeah. It's funny because you were worried about the vents moving them and making them, but actually when they do move a little bit, it even makes it
they move wavy. Just a little bit. I was worried that they would move a lot. But as long as the vents are only hitting the fishing line, they barely move. Some of them, if the length isn't long enough, they move a little bit more. So I might get up there and make them longer so they don't move as much. But we'll see if people find it distracting.
So they sent him the wrong thing. They sent you 300 full styrofoam balls.
Yeah.
And I remember you're like, should I just cut them in half myself? It's like, you know how much work?
I was not going to do that.
That would have been insane.
No.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. It reminds me, remember that you liked Mitch Hedberg, that comedian from years ago?
Oh, yeah.
When he's like, you know how Pringles potato chips got started? They were a tennis ball company, but they got the wrong shipment. They had potatoes sent to him, and he said, oh, don't worry about it. Cut them up. And they cut all the put those in the tennis ball thing. Okay, never mind. Sorry. He tells it better than I did.
I liked it.
That's good. No, you didn't at all.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and then with the messages and things that Austin has just started, we're going into a series. The whole month we're doing The Good King, which is we had been doing a series on King Saul, who was the first king of Israel, and the mistakes that Saul made and things he did bad. But God establishes the kingdom of Israel and gives kings. And King David would come, and David would be the one who would get the promise that the Messiah would come through his line and in his throne, that the kingdom would never end, and then Jesus comes. So the title of this month is The Good King. And we're talking about the good king coming. And so I love being able to return to the prophecies in the scriptures, in Isaiah, in Micah, all throughout, and then just getting into the birth of Jesus and in the story, And so when we sing these songs or whatever, we joke around about the movies and things like that, but I know on a deeper level that we look forward to teaching on the reason why we do what we do, right? Which is Jesus, and singing the songs as well. So I don't know, are there any special things, maybe church memories that you have from a Christmas season? Because we're kind of in the mix of full-time ministry, so we're planning and doing all. Do you have any memories when you weren't involved in planning and having to be a part of it that you can look back on in your church experience?
I feel like I've started every time.
I know. Yeah. So for me growing up, it was just the Christmas candlelight services. I always loved those, not from a staff point of view, and specifically the ones that stand out the most that I don't know that I want to do now in full-time ministry. We always used to go to one at the church I grew up in we had a candlelight service that was it ended right at midnight, which was fantastic.
Yeah, the midnight service.
Yeah, well, especially as a kid, because then I was up late and it was fun. And then you go home and technically it's Christmas whenever you're leaving, so
yeah,
all that. Yeah,
I definitely remember the midnight one of those for sure. So that's good. What do you think?
I actually have very few memories of candlelight services because when I lived in Ohio, we had no family in Ohio. We had no relatives or anybody. They were all in Pennsylvania or in Florida. So every Christmas, we were not in Ohio. We were not around. Even though my dad worked at our church, we would always go and see family for Christmas. And that's all of my memories for Christmas is being in another state, traveling, and looking forward to the 2 or 3 times a year, that one time that I get to go up and be with my family that I never got to see. And so that was always really special to me to be with the family that we love just as much as you can, but we never get to see them. But we get to be up there and celebrate and spend our time with them. So that was always really special to me that we got to do that.
That's good.
So it's going to sound really off the walls, but we used to do this thing at my previous church called the Liberty Light Show. Liberty was the town we were in. And so we got these shipping containers you see on barges and stuff. We hollowed out, they're already hollow. We took the sides off of one of them, put glass in it, stacked a bunch of them on top of each other, covered them in Christmas lights with Christmas trees on top and all sorts of designs all through the parking lot. And we set up so there could be about 400 cars lined up towards these shipping containers that were stacked on top of each other. You put a live band inside of them, and he broadcasted the music through radio signals, so everybody just tuned to 93.3, or I don't know exactly what it was, and then the live band would play music. It would be synced to the lights, And it was like a 15-minute gospel presentation, Christmas light show, everything for the community.
Oh my!
It was
sweet.
an ordeal, and I'm saying that I liked it because you asked what I enjoyed doing while I was not on a church staff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed like going and playing guitar and that, but like when it was like time to like pull it off, it was a lot of work.
It sounded like you worked for a Disney World resort.
But it was awesome. So like,
My goodness!
It's sick. That's cool.
I know. I'm just sitting there like trying to picture this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like a great way to like bring thousands and thousands of people like come onto the church grounds for something free and fun and short, so that they were just able to like get, if nothing else, they at least heard why we're celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was a good thing.
That's like, there was a church out in Oklahoma that used to do a Christmas train, and they would like have all different stops, and you would have like the singing going on. The train would like literally take you around, and
That is kind of what we were modeling. So I was like an intern when we were coming up with all this stuff. That's kind of what we were modeling it after, like a drive-through thing.
Yeah.
But then we decided to make it a drive-in instead. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was fun.
do you think we have time to do that this year?
No.
No. we can't pull that off at all.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it was kind of getting a little worn out because they had been doing it for like 6 or 7 years. Like staff, it was kind of getting tired of coming up with something new to do it every year. And then I think it was last year, the containers all burned down because they couldn't, like, they were just going to keep doing it perpetually, I guess, until somebody stopped it. And then I guess God was like,
Oh,
like, so like,
God stopped
like
it.
the whole thing like burned down, so they haven't done it anymore.
oh,
It was crazy.
we're not laughing at their pain.
It was like,
No.
it's kind of like, oh no, it's on fire. And then you're like, it's on fire.
the containers
I wasn't
are
there
over.
for that. I'm imagining that's what it was like.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. That was good when you said the midnight one. I don't have anything to top what Sutton just said. I mean, that's just, I mean, you know, now I feel like, I don't know.
I'm glad I went first.
Yeah. But I was going to go with I like the candlelight stuff. I've always liked candlelight services and being a part of those. And so this is funny. I don't know. This happened a few years ago, whatever. You know, someone came up and it might have been several years ago. Last time we had the candlelight service on a Sunday because we were doing it in the morning, and someone might have mentioned and said, well, "Don't you take away that candlelight service? I know you like change and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, I'm candlelight. Like, don't act like you're more candlelight. I'm Mr. Candlelight Service."
I know
buddy.
you like change and all.
Well, you know, people, they didn't know, and I'm Mr. Tradition when it comes to the Christmas thing, as much as I can be, and I'm not losing my. In fact, we're doing 2 candlelight times this year. We're gonna light candles on the 20th and on the 24th. So we're gonna make up for all your lost time. You
I
know,
won't be here.
You won't.
He really hates candles.
I'll be traveling.
He's like,
You know, I never did it as a kid, and I'm not doing it now. Talk about not liking change.
That's a tradition.
yes, I'm going to be driving in my car to visit family. I don't need your candles.
Yeah. We're going
So-
to the snow. That's where we're going.
Going to the snow. Yeah. That was good. When you were saying that before, I thought you were going to say, well, I grew up in Ohio. They didn't let us have candles. But it sounded like you were going to say that. And I was like, well, why wouldn't they let you have candles in there? But anyway, yeah. So I kind of walked into that one with that whole experience. So, well, this has been fun. So I really appreciate you guys letting me pull you into the studio and be like, we're doing this. Okay. What are some final Christmas thoughts to kind of bring this to a close, to put you on the spot? You could sing a song, or you can just share a scripture, or you can just say a line from a movie, whatever it may be. This Christmas season, what's your final thought? Sutton can't go first. Yeah. Austin, go ahead.
Oh no, that's what I was dreading. I haven't even thought of it when I've gone last. I'm not gonna be able to go first when I
Okay.
have to do it.
I would say I'm just so thankful for you guys, and you're probably my favorite group of staff people in this room right now. So thank you so much for being a joy to work with. What say you?
Yeah, more from the heart. This time of season, especially where we're at in America, it's the darkest time of year. It's the time of year where if you're having a mental battle and stuff like that, this is the hardest time of year for most people. But Jesus, as prophesied by Isaiah, is the Prince of Peace. He's the one that came to bring us peace, and not just peace like resolved conflict, but peace like total unity, total completeness. And so don't be selfish this Christmas season. Share that with other people. This is, we get to celebrate this, and everybody accepts that. So use that as a tool to go out to those people that are really struggling right now and bring the joy of Jesus to them. So
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would just say, like, if you're a person that budgets, like, put an extra couple $100 in giving for this month, and don't obviously do your tithing to your local church, but also, like, if you're going out to dinner, like, leave a little extra to somebody. Like, try and make somebody's day that Christmas. It's that time of year where everybody just needs a little bit of help. So that was good thinking.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Mine's not as heartfelt, but I'm looking. I mean, I think I'm just excited for this Christmas, and that not to get too into a story, but like last year with all the Southwest stuff, missing Christmas with family, like the actual Christmas day, that was super important to me. But we're driving this year, so I know that the travel is happening whenever I'm saying it's happening. So we're able to drive back, and just excited to spend it with family.
Yeah, your
and all
Christmas last year was like unbelievable. That you were trying to get, like, it wasn't happening.
No,
Cassie had already left.
Yeah,
you were going to catch a flight and get there, but like no matter what you tried to do, it was like you couldn't get there.
No, I remember that Sunday I stayed up here like overnight because Randy Smith nicely was going to take me to the airport at like 4 a.m. or something, so I just stayed up here so he wouldn't have as far to drive out to Murfreesboro and all that. But then that flight got canceled at like 4:30, and then I went up there the next day and sat there for hours, and then it got canceled, and people took me back home, and I just drove. So should have done that from the beginning, but it was. I still got to spend it with family, but I'm just, I don't know, glad to be there like on the actual Christmas day and for all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm going to say a serious thought here to kind of close this out. But since you just said that, and that's like probably one of the worst experiences you've had at Christmas, I just realized we've left out a very important thing. What's the worst Christmas song?
Ooh.
Oh, in your mind, what like? That's some. I got one that popped in my head right away, and so
Go ahead.
No, anyway, mine is from Sir Paul McCartney. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having one of the guys who is responsible for the way modern music is wrote that song. And it just repeats, and it repeats, and it repeats, and it repeats. Yeah. And I can't do it.
I don't know if it's the worst one. I'm not going to say that, but the one that I'm just going to turn off every time it comes on is Feliz Navidad.
Really?
I can't do it.
You don't? Okay, I won't say.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just can't do it.
You don't want to wish people a Merry Christmas? You don't want to wish people a Merry Christmas?
Not in Spanish.
Not in Spanish?
I wasn't going to say that.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that's even what it is. That's just like they want to wish you. It's just kind of grinds my gears.
Okay. All right.
This is weird. I've never liked Santa Baby. Every time that comes on, I'm like, you know what?
That's not weird. That is not weird. It's not. Yeah. I've rescind my Feliz Navidad. I'll say Santa Baby. You're right.
That's. Yeah. That one's awkward.
Yeah. It's really like you turn it on and you listen to the first like part of it and you're just like, why? Why would anybody make this? Why would somebody think of these lyrics and continue to push it out? Like, I don't know. I can't do it.
That's a good one. Okay. That's not a good one, but that's a good one that you came up with.
Yeah.
This isn't my least favorite one, but on the Paul McCartney thing, I also don't like John Lennon's like War Is Over song.
Is it a Christmas song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like Happy Xmas and then parentheses War Is Over.
I can't remember how it goes though.
Like, and so this is Christmas. And what have you done? That song.
Oh, have a very Merry Christmas. That's a John Lennon song? Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that.
I thought you were going to say Silent Night.
No, I don't like Silent Night, but it's not my least favorite. I think my least favorite's Little Drummer Boy.
Okay.
Just in general. Across the board. So
well, isn't that interesting though? Sutton and I were talking about this today. For King and Country, like the Little Drummer Boy version that they just did is like all the couple years ago they put it out, and now man they play tons of Christmas shows. One of my kids even told me they play it throughout the year in their regular concerts.
Oh,
So
If it ain't broke,
go ahead and play it, man, I guess. So yeah, Little Drummer Boy. All right. I guess for me to kind of close this out, just to, one of the reasons why I love the candlelight service so much is because I love when church feels like a family. And when we do that and we light candles and to me, and the lights go around the room and have everybody hold up the candle at the end. Because, you start with a dark room. And Gavin, when you see it, eventually it's going to be awesome.
Eventually, one day.
You start with a dark room and you start lighting. And basically you start with the one candle that you have, which represents Christ, the Christ candle. And from that light, since we are the church and we're supposed to shine his light, and the light goes around the room, and then you hold them all up and it lights up the room. And it just feels like what church should be. And I always look forward to this season in particular. And if I'm being honest, like a lot of times I wonder why more people in the world don't crave that, to walk into a place where you're united under Christ and you have this family. And I know people say, well, it's you get hurt and I've had things happen. But listen, man, I mean, that's what family, you have those moments, right? So I look forward to that. It just to me is a reminder how Christ binds us together in this time of year, So
yeah, it's good.
Anyway, so thank you guys. This was kind of fun. Yeah. I hope those listening didn't think, wow, that was just a little party that they had going on in there, and so we had too much fun. So all right,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I'll be talking to y'all more, but definitely from you guys. So I had Austin Duncan in here, Gavin Booser, and Sutton Porth. And so thank you to you guys for being a part of this. And we're looking forward to this Christmas month and the songs and the movies and the scriptures and the teaching and all that. So join us at New Hope Church to be a part of all of it. And click and follow the Josh Huisman podcast for more episodes like this. I think in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have a group of pastors from other churches who are going to be in here, and we're going to do the same thing.
Cool.
We'll call this a Christmas stuff. Hopefully it won't be as rowdy as this, because I can't do the same questions now. So anyway, all right, everybody, thank you. Thanks for being with us, and we'll be back next week with an all new episode. Bye-bye.